We are live. We are live.
We are live.
Camera's over there. The computer screen is here. The camera is over here. Hi, everyone. This is Wally
and Nanette
from Supreme Gecko. Thanks for joining us tonight, Thursday night, summertime. Everybody's busy. Y'all have joined us. That is amazing. Thank you for joining us. Give us about 10 minutes. We were just going to finish our dinners. What are we having, Nanette? But put your comments in. What do you think we're having for dinner, folks? What do you think we're having? And while people guess and put in their guesses, Cassandra, always busy. Absolutely always busy. Thank you, Frank. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Frank the Tank. Hi, Angie. Angie, the fit tonight is the summertime snake shirt. Isn't that cool? Summertime snake shirt. And everybody knows that I wear these wild shirts just for Angie.
Yeah, I'm going to Goodwill tomorrow, by the way.
Buy me some baseball jerseys. That's what I could
No,
really
I'm
use.
saying I'm going to clean your closet and take some things to Goodwill is what I meant.
Wait a minute. That doesn't work. Buy me some rock and roll shirts.
Yeah, no.
Philippe, how are you doing? Angie Starla. Oh my gosh, everybody's already joining in. This is crazy.
Cold-blooded, I just saw.
Cold-blooded. Anthony, thank you very much for joining. If we're just going to be very casual tonight, folks. We're not really going to talk to. If I do that, I lose you.
It's okay.
Maybe I'll do that.
Can you hear us okay?
Frank said that he could. So
what do you mean you'll lose me?
Well, if I put the mic over here, then it kind of covers.
But you said,
face.
yeah, maybe I will.
Maybe I will. Nick, thanks for joining us. Nick Weber, wasn't that from Hot Tub Time Machine? Wasn't his name Nick Weber?
Oh my God.
Nick, thank you for joining us. I joke. It's all in fun. I wanted to say something. Thank you very much for this is to Anthony, Gecko Exchange Podcast. Anthony and Jason Morrow had me on for the second time guest. I think I get a jacket or something like that with a number 2 on the lapel or something.
They won't give you this shirt, don't worry.
Yeah, it'll be something better than this probably. So I was on their show for the second time, and I came on to talk about helmeted geckos. And I love helmeted geckos. And we talked for probably 10 minutes on helmeteds, and then it was like, shoo, way over here somewhere. And we just had a blast. Talking about geckos and just everything about geckos. So it was so cool. If you haven't gone over to the Gecko Exchange Podcast, if you're into geckos, if you're into rare geckos, if you're into chihuahuas or crushes or any type of gecko, make sure that you jump over there and check out the Gecko Exchange Podcast. Now, the funny thing is that our last live stream that we did. Hi, Hooked on Geckos. Thanks for joining us. Our last Kathy S. Thanks for joining us. Our last live stream that we did, we had somebody ask for a list. Frank the Tank started putting up links to people's YouTube channels, and I took it upon myself to put together a list. Now, I had already started one, and I had a few names. And I started adding more, and I went through my subscribe list, and I added a bunch more, got it up to about 60 or 70, and I put it out on Facebook last week. And Anthony, I think you gave me another 380. No, probably not that many. But we've now put in about 140 names in that YouTube. And what I'd like to do is classify all of these YouTube channels as maybe snake or invert or terrariums or bioactive or something like that. But I think it's a pretty cool list. If you're into, I haven't even taken a bite yet. Go ahead. Feel free.
I plan on it.
I haven't put in there yet any kind of a classification, and that's really the next step that I would like to do. Put in some kind of a classification. So if you're really into snakes, you could just kind of go through and say, I want to look at all the snakes. I want to look at this. I want to look at that. Can you put the link in for the Gecko Exchange? Yes, absolutely. And Frank did it like that. Frank is on top. Frank and J-Bug are our moderators. I want to thank you guys so much for all that you really do for this channel, for the live streams that we do. Not only are you guys putting in the links for our stuff, our Facebook and YouTube and Buy Me a Coffee program. You're also putting in the guests that we have, and that's so important. It kind of frees up a little bit of our time for me to blab and blab and blab, and Nanette to eat
Nanette
more
does
food.
not love snakes, Frank.
Go over to the Gecko Exchange podcast and go ahead and hit that subscribe button too. I'm hungry.
Nobody guessed what
Nobody guessed what
yet.
we're eating. Nobody
Frank had
guessed
some
what we're
weird
eating.
thing. Frank had some squash burgers.
Starla, I still haven't gotten into snakes. Yeah, we haven't
We won't
either.
either.
That Nanette knows. So ASMR, make those chewing noises near the mic. Oh my gosh. Ghouls and Geckos, thank you very much for joining us. I was just talking about the Gecko Exchange podcast and asking everybody to go over there and subscribe. Go over there after this show, though, please. So nobody has guessed what we're eating for dinner? Well, I'm going to show mine. I'm going to do this, and it's going to spill all over the floor. Watch this, folks.
And that'll be a big mess.
Watch this, folks. It's going to go. Yeah. How could I not?
Frank, come on,
How could I not?
Frank.
It's waffles. It's waffles. I mentioned sharing links. And again, thank you very much, Frank the Tank, for sharing the links. I'm just kind of looking to see if there's any comments out there. I keep going back. Crickets and worms. Ew, Cassandra.
No.
I've never tried a worm. I've
No.
never tried it. I have tried a cricket, one of those freeze-dried crickets. I've tried freeze-dried or dried or whatever, bumblebees and crickets. They're just like little pretzels. There's nothing to them. I think they were chocolate covered, so it wasn't that bad at all. So
Cheesecake would be better.
And I took all the chocolate off, and I ate the chocolate.
Angie had cheesecake for dinner. I should have gone to her house.
Yeah, we're coming over to Angie after the show, and you're going to have dessert for us. I'm going to show you guys something. So I was talking about sharing links. We have a special program called Buy Me a Coffee, and it's our honor to be driving this program of sharing information. We share all kinds of very valuable information on the Buy Me a Coffee program. It's a membership subscription program. Buy Me a Coffee and go to Supreme Gecko. But in there, occasionally I get to, we do special offerings like you see the geckos that we're putting up on for sale first before anybody else does, even before our wish list now. You get special deals on animals, 10%, 20% off on animals and product. We do giveaways at least a couple of times a year. We'll do something very, very special for the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. But the Buy Me a Coffee program, thank you very much for those that have become members, is a way to either support by a quick donation to what we're doing here, or it's a membership. And if you do the membership, you get all kinds of different benefits. One of those benefits is seeing some of the things that we're doing downstairs first. About a month ago, we went downstairs and we went through the whole facility and watched the comments, Nanette, because I am.
They're eating French fries.
We were there eating French fries.
Somebody was eating French fries.
I am too, hooked on geckos. I am too, absolutely. I've already started to work on the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. But about a month ago, well, folks, we're back. I guess we don't put our plates next to the mouse anymore
I
and
didn't
close
touch
out
the
program
mouse at all.
That was interesting. Hey, Major, thanks for joining us. We lost everybody for a second there. What I was saying is that about a month ago, we went through and we did a whole tour of our facility. And that's for the Buy Me a Coffee members. We really had a lot of fun. Nanette, how did you feel that went?
The Buy Me the Coffee tour?
I
thought it went very well. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Uh-huh.
It was a lot of work prior to it to get it ready and make sure everything was where we wanted it and the people could see it.
Cerdodactylus papilio.
But it was a lot of fun to do it, and it was fun doing it live so people could see it and ask questions as we were working through it. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Frank, for sharing that. Cecilia, thank you very much for joining us. I thought it was a blast, and I want to do that more. There's always one of the things that we noticed when we did the review of the whole program, I think we ran like for 2.5 hours, and we had a lot of enclosures to show, a lot of animals to show. DEA waffles are right here.
They're
just
in the
for
mail,
you, buddy. Just
in the mail.
I'll fax you over our plate of waffles. So 2.5 hours of going through all of the facility, lots of fun. We did have some issues with networking, and as Angie said, it sounded like I was underwater for a couple of minutes here or there. My head feels like it's underwater. We put together a network extender downstairs. I'm hoping that we can do these videos downstairs more often, more frequently, and as a benefit to you guys, so that you can be down there just like us while we're feeding crested geckos, or while we're feeding the micro geckos, and asking questions on these specific to the care, their setups, anything about the adults. I just wanted to try to work forward to do more things downstairs. I'll dance at the end. I tell you what, I'll dance at the end. What kind of toppings does everyone like on their waffles, or even in them? We have strawberries. Also,
you have chocolate chip waffles.
I have chocolate chip waffles with just a dab, just a spattering of chocolate syrup on it, and just a dab of maple syrup as well. And I tell you what,
and strawberries.
And strawberries, yes. And I have some ham at the side. Okay, I want to show you guys this. Talking about Buy Me a Coffee, I had the fortune this week, and I didn't get a normal long form video out to our main subscribers because I was so busy with it. I thought this video that I did for the first look for the Buy Me a Coffee members, it's out there. Check your email. If you didn't get it, if you guys are in Buy Me a Coffee and you're not getting my emails, let me know as soon as possible on the Facebook page, and I'll see what I can do with that. Check your spam box as well. Or I'll just send you a link so that you see the link. But I wanted to show you something real quick here. Go ahead, Nanette. Oh, very nice. I like the bananas.
I like the whipped cream and the ice cream.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a Sunday. Sorry. Let me grab this. So this week, the video was, again, for Buy Me a Coffee members, first look, it was looking into our incubators. We have so many questions. What's incubating right now? What do you have coming up? Can you show me how you do this? Can you show let's take a look at, can't spam, no. So how do you think that went? Because I thought it would be like 10 minutes of filming, and then maybe a half hour of editing, and then publishing it out to the YouTube for a half hour. And it probably took me a whole day because I added lots of pictures and other things to the video. But how did you think it went?
It went well. It was hard in a couple spots because our incubators are in kind of cubby holes, a couple of them. So it's a little darker. So it's a little harder to see. So that was a little tricky. And I just had to learn the camera a little bit more to be able to do some of the stuff. I think adding the pictures in, not just when you showed the eggs, and he went through every single egg container and told you what was in those incubators in this thing.
So
it was,
and if you've watched the video, nobody has. I asked everybody, hey, give me a count of how many hatchlings we had. We were very fortunate. We had a bunch of hatchlings, and nobody has come across in the comments and put how many hatchlings. If you get a chance, go out there and
we said it out loud as we counted most of them.
But
I think we were off on
I used some editorial magic and removed all of that. So
you did.
So we didn't give away the answer all the time. Okay,
got it.
Let me just show you just real quick.
We had a lot of fun babies.
30-second or so snippet of what we did. And you saw a little bit of it just a second ago. Hold on, folks. Pterodactylus papilionitis. We have some viper geckos and some, I can't read my writing. These are scabrums, some Urodactyloides agricolae, and we have some Tanganicus. This is a Bauanglogensis. This is a cave gecko. We have another cave gecko, folks, and you can take a look at this. And what I've been trying to do is start incubating the cave geckos over on the other side. But these were incubated here in this incubator. These are so cute. So cute. So we'll keep these animals out. I'll put them over on the shelf over here and we'll keep looking. I had a blast with this. And I had a blast because the last time we did this last year, somebody, in our Buy Me a Coffee said, hey, can you show your incubators? It might have been Moon Over Miami. I don't know if Moon Over Miami has come in.
I haven't
stream
seen
yet
him tonight yet.
But I think it was Moon Over Miami that said, hey, can we take a look inside your incubators? We did that, and we had like no babies. So that's always frustrating to show egg after egg after egg. And if you noticed in the video, I didn't really show the eggs or how we were incubating. It's pretty standard, 2 or 3 different types of incubation processes that we go through. But really, I went through 4 different sections of our incubation process. One picked up, period, or picked up, which we do very different from the others. Showed the crusted geckos, right? What did you think about showing the crusted geckos?
That was hard because there were so many boxes. And you scared me in that video holding that stack of boxes in your hand as you would pull another one and just balance it on your hand because I kept waiting for them all to drop. I would have dropped them. But you did fine.
Frank commented on that the last time that I did this with period or a picked. I think I was holding like 5 or 6 boxes, and he said I was really worried about you dropping them all. Didn't obviously, but I think I said a couple of times, my arm is killing me. I'm gonna put these down. You can tell that I went through them really super quick.
Well, and you had to because there's so many boxes there.
Oh, exactly.
I am not eating cricket waffles. I made them, Frank. I know what's there.
You could do all kinds of. I won't even say it.
Let's not.
All kinds of things with snake meat nowadays.
We're done. I'm not eating anymore.
Just kidding. Let's not harm our snakes. So we had. I almost said the number. Son of a gun. I almost said the number. We had a ton of hatchlings, and it was a fun video to do that. Julie says, to be able to show off I'm glad it wasn't just here's some more eggs, some more eggs. There
were a lot of babies, and Crystal was out of town. Is coming back tonight, and she will be quite upset when she wasn't there to see some of these come out of the hatching.
Oh, you're
going to be in trouble.
Yeah. I'm going to get hit in the shoulder.
You are. She gets very excited about the babies that are hatching, and she will be very disappointed to see she wasn't here to see some of them hatch.
Marine Corps reps, how are you doing? Since this is a dinner with Wally and Nanette, I feel obligated to at least take a couple of bites. So I'm going to ask you, Nanette, and just real quick, and then I want everybody in the chat. Isn't this exciting to hear me chew?
Yeah.
I get like Frank asked.
What's even worse is that I don't know what you're going to ask me.
Where are we going for vacation? Where are we going for vacation?
Oh, you and I.
Yeah.
In October. For about 5 days are going to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles?
No, New Orleans.
You're taking your boyfriend to Los Angeles and we're going to New Orleans? What's the deal with that?
I don't have boyfriends, remember that? We are going to New Orleans for about 5 days by ourselves. For the first time, we are going on a trip by ourselves in probably 30 years, it feels like. At least 20 years. And we are going to celebrate our 40th anniversary by going down to New Orleans for the weekend by ourselves.
We'll have a good time. It's a short vacation. It's not a week long, but we'll just have a blast. Frank, it's not, I didn't drop mealworm dust in her waffles. I did the peanut.
I'm done
beetles.
Eating. I'm done. I'm finished for the night.
Ouch.
I'm just kidding.
So I have a question for you all. My southernness, my South
really
Mississippi-ness is coming out. So where are you all going for vacation? Is anybody
you go on vacation?
Did you go for vacation? Did you go anywhere for vacation? Did you do a stay-at-home vacation? Staycation. Where did you guys go for vacation? If you have gone somewhere that's kind of cool, mention it in the comments. If you are planning on going somewhere on vacation, mention it in the comments. What vacation? Right?
What's a vacation?
Sometimes people can't take, and like Nanette said, we haven't We haven't taken a
By
longer,
herself like that.
like 3 or 4 day vacation in a long time.
No.
Angie says she's heading back up Tuesday.
Up north, okay.
Back up north
Good.
Tuesday. Ew, I missed it. God, everybody's adding. I know we had a staycation because of classes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Was
you know,
us
if you could do a
last year.
staycation and just relax. The problem is that a lot of people say, I'm on vacation, so I've got to get this done, and this. The Black Hills.
Oh.
Andrew, that was a place that my father had promised, and I don't, hold any grudges or anything, but he had promised that we would go on vacation to the Black Hills, and we just never ever got to, unfortunately. But I would love to go to the Black Hills. Very, very cool. Too much work. I know. Julie, staycation. Brad, what's a vacation? It's hard. It's really hard. We haven't gone in a long time. Anybody that didn't go on vacation, what's your dream vacation?
Yeah. Here, let me do this.
Please.
While you eat.
Yeah. Starla says we have been to Florida several times. Florida.
And to Galveston, Arkansas.
My chair is squeaky tonight.
Yes, it is. I hear that. We also, this summer, for those that weren't in last week or the week before, we did take the two of our granddaughters to St. Louis and Springfield, Illinois this year for just a couple days, which was just a little break. That was the extent, but they had fun. We had fun. It was a nice break away from home.
Hi, JP.
Sometimes you just got to do the little ones if you get the chance.
Oh
my.
Lots of comments.
Wally Landon says hello.
Hey, Landon, happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Is it 2 or 3 days past your birthday? Happy birthday.
Somebody went to Australia or wants to go to Australia.
Australia.
Is this a you want or you've been there?
So Celia, tell us about your vacation to Australia, or is that you want to go to Australia? If you go to the Black Hills, I will show you around. Oh, very cool.
Right.
That would
but
be
are there
cool.
snakes out there? Because if there's snakes out there, then Molly's coming alone.
Andrew, say no. Say there's no snakes.
African safari is your dream vacation.
Very cool.
That is cool. Louisiana, Minnesota,
Nice.
Went to Australia.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds cool.
Very cool.
Herping dream vacation for Brad is herping in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. I would love to go herping. If I were to go herping anywhere, seriously, we talk about Australia, we talk about New Zealand. It would be Costa Rica and the islands down there to look for Stenodactylus. Spirodactylus. We're actually talking geckos here, Wally. I would love to look for the little micro geckos and see them in their natural resources and on houses and on trees and just watch them. I could sit there and watch them for hours.
JP wants to go to Australia and see the thorny devils in person.
I get to see one every night. Oh, thorny devils.
Oh my God! Okay. Just eat your dinner. Starla's telling us if we go down, she will meet us in person. She could meet us in person. She's just a couple hours away.
Oh my God!
Planning California in January. No snakes at all. Ha ha ha. Snakes are everywhere. Thanks. No, Angie, they're not in my backyard. I know that. I've walked out there. I don't see them out there, and I don't want any out there. We have chickens. We have turkeys, and we have cranes in our yard this last week.
And we have the sandhill cranes walking through like daily now.
Yep.
It's probably
one with they've got babies.
Because of our grass being so long, Jordan, that didn't mow the yard yet last weekend.
You told him not to mow the yard last weekend. Snakes are in the basement. Yeah, they are not in the basement.
I'm going on vacation to the doghouse.
Yeah, exactly. That's where he will be. Nebraska to see your dad. Cool.
I've been to Nebraska many times.
You're
but
not
just
eating.
Omaha.
This was so you could be eating.
Oh, sorry.
You just you can't not talk.
Nobody has ever said that to me before. You're not eating, Wally.
Not eating. Squirrels and rabbits in our yards. Yeah, we have a couple rabbits.
Squirrels?
We have more squirrels, but the dog scares the squirrels away. But we have 2 different families of turkeys, wild turkeys right now walking through. So that's been kind of interesting. And this morning we were sitting there and all of a sudden I went, uh-oh. And he just kind of turned nonchalantly, laid his head down. And then it was like whiplash because he got the glimpse of the babies out there.
What is that one group? 2 females?
2 females and
And how
about
many
12 babies in
12
that
babies.
one. And then the other one's got about 6 babies of her own. She was out here.
Happy 9th birthday, Landon.
9th birthday. Happy birthday.
Somebody
Chickens
said
in
you
your
old man.
backyard. Christopher, our oldest, they have chickens now, and his 2-year-old has no fear. She walked right out into that chicken coop with us the last time and picked up a chicken.
2 years old, just grabbed it. Yep. The chicken was 3 times as big as she was.
And she's carrying it around like it's nothing. All right, if anybody has any questions that you would like us to answer as well, please throw them in. Angie, those cranes are really big and they are fun. They have never come all the way down to us. They've always been a block away. Crystal used to see them at the bus stop, but I never have had them in the yard, and they've now been out in the front quite a bit, which has been kind of cool.
I have a question. Can I take off this shirt?
As long as you have a shirt on under it. Yeah, it's hot in here.
Getting hot. I am getting.
We opened the
have
window
a shirt
in here,
on. I wore this shirt over another shirt.
Wally is not working with snakes at all, Frank. Or Nanette would not be sitting here next to him.
Right. Okay. Tonight's fit. Should I just take this one? You know what? I'm gonna lose my hat, so be careful. Folks, this is the easiest way rather than me.
Oh, that's a good question. Speaking of vacations, have you guys visited other countries? Wally has gone on business trips in the past where he went to Germany, France and Germany. Well, France wasn't a business trip. Germany's been your business trips out of the country. We tagged on a trip through Paris for about 4 days for the 2 of us. And that was probably 20 years ago, 15, 20, well, probably over 20 years now that I'm thinking of it, that we tacked on. And I went for 4 days with him. We did Paris real quick. And then he went on to Germany. Other countries, I went with my mom and my sister to Scotland because my mom's side of the family is from Scotland. 3 of her siblings had been born in Scotland, and her and her twin were born here. But we went to Scotland and saw all the places that my grandparents had lived in. And then Wally and I took our kids to Scotland for a week, or no, more than a week. We were in Scotland with the kids. And so they got to go there. But any other countries? Oh, Canada. We've been to Canada fishing multiple times.
Never to Mexico.
Have not gone to Mexico. Really haven't had the interest. But we're not beach people, and we're not like sitting on a beach and hanging out.
Reading a book. We're not cruise people.
No, not cruise.
If you are, apologies, but it's just, it is awesome. We're just not, that's not us. History, fishing in Canada, obviously, getting out and walking around and seeing sights and everything.
New Zealand would be cool.
We'll do in New Orleans. New Orleans. New Zealand would be awesome. Can you imagine walking through and seeing some of the rare geckos in New Zealand?
As long as it was just geckos, yeah.
I lost it. I went to, Cassandra said I went to Mexico as a toddler, but don't remember it.
Angie's been to Mexico and Canada.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So question of the day. We already asked about the vacation, but this is the second question of the day, I guess. Leonard Skinner. My fit today is Leonard Skinner, one of my favorite bands. I can turn on music here and work on things in my office, and if I'm not turning on Leonard Skinner, it's like, I've listened to Leonard Skinner for 14 days in a row. I better listen to something else. One of my favorite bands. I was watching Bohemian Rhapsody a couple of nights ago, and I thought, a lot of people consider Queen one of the greatest rock bands of all time. Now, growing up in the 70s and 80s, and I never considered Queen to be that great of a band. They're a great band, but not one of the top great bands. I want to hear from you. And listen to this, folks. Listen to this. I did a little tiny bit of research before the show, and I took a couple of peeks at some websites here. Forbes has Queen as a number 3 band of all time. Ranker has Queen as number 4. I went to the old dependable Journey. There you go. And I took a look at Rolling Stone. We just lost all of our lights. Is that better?
It's
Does that
7
look better?
o'clock. I think it does.
I'm going to turn on the other lights.
No.
So I went to Rolling Stone.
Tell him it's
and
better
on
so he leaves
Rolling
him alone.
Stone, Queen was ranked 52. What? You guys,
Are you kidding?
and I know a lot of people love Queen. Would you guys put Queen? Let me just ask this. Would you put Queen in the top 10? I don't think I would have Queen in the top maybe 20 bands, rock bands. I know that's blasphemy. And I think what separates Queen out from a lot of other great bands is the fact that they have a couple of huge songs. Obviously, We Are the Champions and Bohemian Rhapsody. And they have a lot of
Rhapsody.
Rhapsody. Is that what I said? Rhapsody. Watch this. I'm not going to be able to turn on the lights. It went on. So, what's your opinion? Fleetwood Mac, top. So, Cassandra, Fleetwood Mac, #1 rock band of all time? I don't know. J-Bug says Queen, no. Julie says no.
Are you sure that's
Anthony
what they're
says
answering
not
now,
at
too?
all. I think that is.
It could be that or the fact that I said tell them to leave the lights off.
Okay. From now on, if I have a question, don't throw another. Okay. Queen.
Am I fired?
Yeah.
All right.
If I'm fired too. Oh, that's super cool. Only been to Africa. I've only been to Africa, Pakistan, Afghanistan, UAE, and Mexico for work. Only seen 2 geckos the whole time I was out there. So
Beatles.
So Sandy, I think so. Rolling Stones Stones have to be in the top 5. Absolutely, just from a longevity standpoint. Grateful Dead. Interesting. ACSC, ACDC, I think are one of the top 10 just based on sales alone. I tell you, they have sold a ton.
Metallica.
I think Metallica's got to be in there from a hard rock standpoint.
One of our schools, when I was at a meeting yesterday, they had a T-shirt on and they used the symbols from the Pink Floyd, and I don't know which CD it was or album cover it was, but they used the symbols of the album cover and then put the school name in between it and stuff.
Ooh. Is that a plagiarism?
I don't know if it was technically, but
Who cares?
my boss recognized it and went, "Hey, I like that T-shirt."
JP says I don't even know who Queen is.
Well, that was going to be my question too. I mean, some of these people are pretty young that are on here. They're not old like you.
Right. So I think what we all need to do right now,
most of them are, because they're all answering.
everybody in the chat, you as well, let's sing along. Okay, let's go. For Bohemian Rhapsody, let's sing it. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? No, okay. Nobody's going to sing with me.
No.
Okay, Cold Blooded says Zeppelin. So if I were to pick the greatest rock bands of all time, Zeppelin would be #2. Absolutely. I mean, anybody guessing who #1 is? Yeah, Zeppelin. Huh? Papa Roach. Oops, did I miss it?
It's up, yeah.
Yeah. Skinner, Metallica, Pink Floyd. It has to be in the top 5 simply from Dark Side of the Moon, AC/DC, Papa Roach. Yeah.
See, I don't know who sings half the stuff I listen to with you.
That's true.
I don't. I couldn't even tell you the title. I recognize the songs, but I don't know who sings them.
That band that sang Stairway to Heaven, they're pretty good.
What was the one I asked Jordan about the other day?
J-Bug named her dog Zeppelin.
Well, that's cool.
We named one of our sons after my favorite sports figure.
Oh, you're admitting that?
Wait, what?
You just admitted that? You always try to deny that. We all know you did.
I'm saying it as a joke.
No, you're not.
Joking.
You were not. Not at all.
Oh, some great bands here.
Nanette, what?
I missed it. We're exactly. You know, if you don't know by now, I'm 23 years older than Nanette.
Yep.
Nanette's still in her late 20s.
Yeah, I wish.
And I'm in my late 60s. Am I in my late 60s? I don't know. Okay, your turn to read the chat.
Eagles.
Have to be in the top 10.
Yeah, that's about it. Check them out. I've never heard of those.
You've never heard
of who? The Eagles? Okay. Somebody came, so they hadn't heard of him afterward.
No.
After-
Somebody,
no.
I think somebody else would rather
Somebody else sent in a message.
Skillet,
It's
I
New
think.
Age. Oh, Skillet. Yep.
Yeah.
Heard of them. I know who they are. I just couldn't tell you if the music was playing who it
Charlotte,
is.
I'm older, but not as old as Wally.
Wally. Nobody's as old as Wally. Math and matching. The math ain't matching. Yep, you're right. It is not. Nanetta's young pup. She has to keep up track of you. Yeah. Good luck there. Skillet. I know the band and I would know it if I heard it, but I don't know. Is it a Wisconsin band? No. Is it a Wisconsin band?
No.
Somebody's saying it is a Wisconsin band.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Okay. Aerosmith. I used to have a teacher that was just in love with the lead singer from Aerosmith, and she would just go crazy if that song ever came on in the room when she was playing music.
Oh, is that the band with the lead singer that looks like a lady? The dude looks like a lady?
Yeah, dude looks like a lady. Yeah, you're funny. All right, does anybody else have any other question? Because I think we're
happened to
exhausting
Liv
this.
Tyler?
Who?
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler? I don't know.
Steven Tyler's daughter.
No. How about a favorite movie recently that you've seen? Anything out there that you've gone and seen recent that you've really liked or you would recommend?
Beach Boys.
Oh,
so
the
Beach Boys would be in
Boys,
my
yes.
top 10 easy.
Yeah.
Movies. Let me tell you about Deadpool. We just went and saw Deadpool 3.
We did not.
My oldest son and I. So
no,
let me tell you. Let me
not waste my money.
Give you the whole story and the ending. Let me spoil the whole thing for you.
Don't do that. They might want to see it.
I'm just kidding, Nanette. So we did see Deadpool.
You
Anybody else see Deadpool 3?
You and Christopher went and saw it.
Deadpool
Twisters.
and Wolverine. We saw it, and I'm not going to give
Cannot
anything
wait.
away.
J-Bug cannot wait to see Deadpool, so be quiet. The Beekeeper. I haven't heard of that. The Beekeeper.
So let me just ask this real quick about Deadpool 3. No spoils. I won't. Anybody want to give a number on Deadpool 3? If you have seen it, give me a 1 through 10.
Aunt Sandy didn't care for it.
I know, Starla. It was, I see maybe 1 or 2 movies in the theater a year at the most. So this was
very.
So
rare.
Starla said, just want to see. I'm sorry, I can't read. I want to see Deadpool so bad. I'm waiting to rent it on Apple TV. Hit that like button for no spoilers.
Yes.
Land Before Time.
They're coming out with there was movies before, but they are coming out with a remake. I just saw it on Facebook. There was a trailer or something telling that they were coming out with that one. You want to see the Alien movie that's coming out? That sounds cool. I want to go see The Boy with the Purple Crayon. I really want to go see that. I did go and see Inside Out 2 with the 2 granddaughters. It was very interesting. I had heard a lot of comments about it. That
which one?
Inside Out 2.
Oh, it's a time. So I bet you don't know this, and I bet you our viewers know this. Inside Out 2 is the top grossing, top grossing animated movie of all time.
Yep.
Now, timetables and everything, because some of the animated just came out way before and lower cost of tickets and everything, but that's impressive.
It was a good movie, and I would like to actually go back and see it by myself to just focus more on the movie, not with the girls giggling, and because Crystal had already seen it, so she was like repeating half of the movie. So as it went through, but I would like to see it. 2 was very good. And I've heard lots of comments that counselors and psychiatrists are using things from that movie with kids now because it was such a good movie and different scenes. I had to watch like half of Inside Out 1 for a psychology class I took last summer. They made us watch all kinds of clips on moods and your different things.
They didn't ask you to watch like Cars or
Godfather
or Godfather.
Like that. No.
Yeah. That's where you get into the psychology of things.
Yeah. Deep psychology.
It's not personal. It's business. Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Yep, take the cannoli. Yeah, we had a lot of good movies. Those I don't know what else is coming out, but I want to go next week and see the Boy with the Purple Crayon. but Jordan told me I couldn't take Crystal because he wants to see it with her. So you and I will have to go see that alone.
Maybe all 4 of us will go.
Oh, that would be an idea. If we went with them, then we get a special discounted rate because we're taking a grandchild. Wally's taking too long to eat. Yes, he is.
You know what, though? This show, we've done this dinner.
A couple times.
Dinner and a chat several times. This time I'm actually, that's not fair. That's just not right at all.
I love Canadian
She
bacon.
puts her fingers on my plate and she touches my food. I'm going to pull a Sheldon on you, and I'm not eating now.
He needs a steak knife.
I do need a steak knife. Is Inside Out movie about parts psych theory, Nanette?
Psych theory.
Not sure.
It's about your emotions and the characters. It's like Inside Out 1, and I won't talk about Inside Out 2, but Inside Out 1, it's all these little characters that are different emotions that you have in your life and that you go through, and it's like they're in your brain and they're watching this girl grow up at that point in time, and she makes a move, I think, in the first movie, and then they talk about what it's like to move, and the fear is one of your emotions of meeting new people, and they try to intercept and try to help her, and it's like a tower. It looks like a little factory tower inside your head. It's cool. It's just, and kids get it. Now
what color?
Downstairs and make more waffles. Yeah,
because you touched mine. No, I'm just kidding. What
over it?
What color? I know all of the emotions had a color.
I can't tell you what all their.
What color was hunger?
Hunger wasn't an emotion.
Hunger has to be an emotion.
No, it was not an emotion. Sorry. It was fear and anger and love and different things.
I wonder if there's going to be an adult version of that with different emotions. Okay,
so just move on.
Let me hide that one.
Lord, you are something else sometimes. Question for each. What is your all-time favorite movie? Oh my goodness, we have said this multiple times on the show.
Multiple times. Does
anybody remember Wally's ultimate favorite or my ultimate favorite?
Everybody knows mine. That's
anybody tell us ours?
Easy question. Hangry.
I've heard of
Hangry has to be red.
I haven't seen. I'm writing some of these down.
Independence Day.
Oh,
Independence Day is not one of my favorites.
No. Wally's movie. All-time favorite. Nobody knows your all-time favorite? Come on,
they
Angie.
Know. There's a 20-minute delay between YouTube and the chat, so we're not seeing it yet.
Okay.
So there's a 5-second. I would be shocked.
Angie's got it.
Ring a ding.
Now, what's my favorite movie, all-time movie? Can you remember that one?
Men in Black is a good movie.
It was a very good. We did a birthday party for one of our boys when Men in Black came out. We took a bunch of kids to the movie theater, and my sisters pretended to be the Men in Black with the black on and the glasses, and they met them at the door. It was a lot of fun. It's not a Christmas movie. Nope, that's not my favorite. Nope, museum, no. Spaceballs, no. It is not a Christmas movie. No.
Yeah. Can I say a line out of it?
You could.
What can I say out of it?
If you remember the right movie.
Oh my gosh, I know the movie because she and I have the same response if The Godfather comes on. It's like flip sports, flip news, flip The Godfather. The remote goes down. Mm-hmm. Same thing with her movie.
Not The Sound of Music. That is good, but that's not it. No. 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey.
Nope. Grease
is one of my favorites.
It's one of my favorites, but that's not it. Cinderella, no, that's one of my favorites.
I've got to give everybody a line.
Yeah, you got to give them something.
Okay, here's a line.
Tombstone, no.
It's time, Bert. What else can I say?
Nope, Princess Bride is not one of my favorites.
I'm probably going to get this line wrong because I can't think of the full thing, but...
Not The Exorcist, no.
Does she say something like, I find him very attractive?
Yes.
I'm standing right here.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Do we have anybody to take care of things when we are gone?
We don't.
Not really. Crystal could handle misting and she could handle
Babies.
feeding certain babies without a problem if we
She could
left her
pull babies.
notes.
One of my biggest concerns, if we're gone for
Yeah.
4 days, is babies. You know, we just
Not Back to the
recently left
Future.
for 2 days. So the very first thing that I did when we walked in the door was check for new babies to
Mhm.
get them out of their hatching boxes and everything and get them away.
Well, you
Or
kind
put
of
them away.
you did that earlier this week too when you weren't feeling well.
Hmm.
It starts with a B.
I'll give another clue.
It's a true story.
One of the main characters, his name is
Big
Mike. I didn't want to say Big Mike because that gives it away.
Bruce Almighty, no. And now I want to
You
watch.
all are coming up with some great.
We are. Beauty and the Beast is really, really
great
good, but
movies.
no. I would like to actually go watch it now tonight, now that we've talked about it, kind of. No, not the Big Lebowski. No.
You want to start me on a quote?
No, don't go there. All right, we'll give in. They're all
No.
stumped.
One more clue.
Oh,
Sandra Bullock is in the movie as probably the main character.
mm-hmm.
And it's not The Proposal.
No.
Although Ryan Reynolds is in The Proposal.
I
He's
know.
pretty cool. That is an underrated movie, The Proposal. Oh, man.
Oh, yuck.
I missed if you said anything about 100 trays of mealworms. That was a mess when I went on vacation. Mealworms aren't too bad. You know, if I'm going for 4 days, mealworms aren't too bad because I'll do the wheat. I'll throw a lot of wheat in there, and I'll throw carrots in the day that we leave, and I'll throw wheat back in there the day that Mystic Pizza is a good movie.
And Sandy's got
That's
close.
Julia Roberts, not Sandra Bullock. But when we get back, I'll throw a bunch of wheat and carrots back in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly worried about the babies and getting them out of their tubs. I'm worried about electricity. So, you know, every day check the electricity. Do a temp check on ring a ding. Sandy, did you know that, or did you have to look that up?
That's not Sandy. Oh yeah, Sandy was like, she was close up before she remembered the storyline and that. Yes, Blindside. I don't know what it is, but that movie, every time it comes on, I have to watch that one.
Good call.
I just love that movie. Breakfast Club is really, really good in as well.
What is everybody else's favorite movie?
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious.
And when you said,
what's everybody else's favorite? Comment in the chat here. I want to find out because there's been some amazing movies here. Big Lebowski is probably in my top 10.
Not mine.
I could watch that over and over again.
No.
You know what you get, Larry? You know what you get, Larry.
No. I like anything with Tom Cruise too, which
Bad Boys.
We all know that. Crystal gets very upset with me when I
with what? Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Oh yeah, he's hot. Crystal gets upset because I tease you.
Crush.
I tease you. He's my crush and how cute he is, and she gets all mad at me. But your crush,
The Crow, interesting.
Your crush is Olivia Newton-John.
Fraggle Rock. Well, it certainly was. She was a cutie.
Big Snake Adventure. Well, Frank, you just watched that. I'm not writing that down on my list. I hope I meet Frank someday.
What a winner.
I really do.
Yeah. Julie says, yeah, Tom Cruise is way too small for you. Too short. Too short.
Did you guys see him in the end of the Olympics by chance? With his big ending to the big ceremonies and all the stuff that he did? And you know what I saw on Facebook today? He's living in London. He has his own private helicopter. And I didn't realize that he flew home this week or today or yesterday because his daughter was going to college and he wanted to see his daughter or something. I don't know. There was something going on. But yeah, he got in his helicopter. And it reminded me of the end of the Olympics.
Tom Cruise
Crocodile Dundee is funny.
Weirdo, kind of.
He is, but he's cute.
Anthony, that movie, Crocodile Dundee, that's not a movie. The Godfather, that's a movie.
JP, I would rather wash dishes than put them in a dishwasher in a heartbeat. And when our dishwasher broke, I made my son take the dishwasher totally out and create a cabinet there, and we do not have a dishwasher in our house. I enjoy washing dishes, and I would much rather do that. And it's weird, yes.
Some really good movies here. Moana.
Moana's a good movie.
What was I think it was Disney. What was the one with Eddie Murphy as the little dragon?
Oh, that is Mulan.
Mulan.
Yes, Mulan. There's a lot of good kid movies out there.
Ooh. Yeah. How do I block somebody?
You've never seen The Godfather? Well, you know what? Was it my mom and my sister who had never seen it? And a couple of years before my mom passed away, we made them come and we had a marathon and we ate food all day and we watched The Godfather, all the different movies from it because it was so good. I couldn't believe my mom had never seen The Godfather. My sister, I wasn't too shocked, but my mom, I was totally shocked.
I was surprised both had never seen The Godfather. Why do I consider The Godfather? A lot of people consider it one of the greatest movies. I think it's because of the storyline and how they exceptionally well did The Godfather 2. Just incredible how they tied the two movies in, but that's why I think. Anyone like Hooked with Robin Williams from Frank the Tank? I love the movie. I'll watch that over and over again. I like everybody's character. Dustin Hoffman kind of grates on me a little bit in Hook, but Robin Williams, I think, did a great job. I used to play Pokemon. I was trying to think of the guy's name. There was a guy that used to do YouTube videos that I would watch on the West Coast. His brother was, I don't know, I should know his name, the leader of the Lost Boys. That was his brother. What was his name? The character, I don't know.
Mrs. Doubtfire was excellent.
Oh,
yes.
What a good movie.
What was it that we had Crystal watch with us? The Wonders. Has anybody ever seen The Wonders, right? The Wonders?
With Tom Hanks,
yep.
If I'm not mistaken, wrote and directed it.
Yep, it was awesome.
A lot of good actors, not well-known actors, was in that.
The guy who plays Rufa in...
Whoops, I missed it.
Hook, from Hook.
Rufio, yes.
Also is the voice from Avatar. Avatar was great. Yes. We have not seen Avatar 2.
So that actor, on our list. Frank the Tank, that actor, his cousin, I think I said brother earlier, I meant cousin, does YouTube videos, and he has like millions of subscribers.
We just saw
Forrest Gump. What a great movie.
Shawshank Redemption was on this week. We watched that. I like that. I like Morgan Freeman. I do like Sean Connery too. He is very good.
Good what?
He's a good actor and he's handsome. He aged well, I think.
I wish I could do a good Sean Connery.
No, don't try.
I've got the gray hair like him.
Saving Private Ryan was an excellent movie. It was really hard to watch, but it was an excellent movie. Jurassic Park. You took your 6-year-old to see the first one.
Saving Private Ryan is another movie that when I have the remote and it comes on, I put the remote down. The sniper scene in Private Ryan is, I think, one of the greatest scenes of all time. Jurassic Park, I took Christopher, 6 years old. Oh my gosh, I couldn't wait to see it. And the whole, Brontosauruses, the very first, when they see the dinosaurs and the thrill in the theater is just undescribable. Braveheart is one of my favorites. And being in the theater and seeing that for the first time, I think we went like 1 day or 2 days after it was open. It was thrilling. Welcome to Jurassic Park. And Christopher did really well for about, probably an hour or so, and he fell asleep. And when the raptors came to the kitchen and the kids were hiding and everything, and the one raptor snorted and it fogged up the window, that sound in the theater echoed so loudly that it woke him up. And I'm thinking, I'm going to get all the way through this movie. And the sound woke him up, and he woke up and jumped into my lap. And I waited a couple of minutes. I could just tell he wasn't comfortable. He was a little scared. And I looked down and I said, do you want to leave? And I can't tell you how much I wanted to see the ending of the movie. And he looked up at me and said, yeah, let's leave. So we got up and walked out with how many, 10, 15 minutes left of Jurassic Park.
I put a question up there, but no, I have not seen 1917. And that was a movie that I wanted to see as well.
We have seen 1917.
Have we seen that?
It's about the World War I, and it's a continuous.
Oh, yes, we did watch that. That's right. I forgot that was on my list. Gladiators, one of our favorites. We watched that.
I love the acting in 1917. The acting was amazing.
Angie had a question. I threw it up on the screen, so we didn't lose it.
What about favorite TV series? That could be interesting. Yeah, what's your favorite TV series? I'll tell you mine, without a doubt, without even question. I've got two. I have a tie for number two.
I like TV or like on Stars?
No, movie TV.
Like Netflix also or not? Okay.
I'm gonna
You're saying TV only.
What Angie is saying as like
the regular TV show.
Yeah, what's regular
Well,
CBS
right now a game TV show I'm hooked on, but other than that.
Whammy!
I'm so hooked on
what is it?
Press My Luck, which is halfway over right now, yes.
Parks and Rec, yeah.
Parks and Rec is one of our favorite. I don't know if I have a favorite TV. Oh,
I've
NCIS.
Never seen Suits. Write down Suits.
NCIS is one of my favorites.
Space Jams. I was just recently watching a gosh darn it, Pawn Stars, and somebody brought in the Michael Jackson. Slow down, Wally. Somebody brought in the Michael Jordan shoes that he wore in Space Jams. Guess how much those shoes were appraised at? You will not believe. Unbelievable.
Frank, I haven't seen that one either.
Which one?
Rock and Roll 1983. Have you? I've never even heard of it.
1983.
Rock and Roll, I think it said. I can't.
American Sniper. Good movie. So what's your favorite TV show?
I would say it would be NCIS. Or I had another one just now in my head. I like to watch a lot of the home makeover shows. I like to watch Love It or List It and those shows, The Brothers.
I'm trying to get this one here.
Reno 911.
I'm not a huge Office fan because I think I started watching Parks and Rec, and I think Parks and Rec, if I started watching The Office first and started watching Parks, I think I would be concerned that Parks is a ripoff of Office. So now that I watched Parks and Rec, and I watched, I think everything, all the shows, now I look at The Office and say it's kind of a similar show. Both of them are really good. Jordan loves
Young Sheldon. That's one that we watch a lot.
Reno 911.
Yeah, that one just didn't do it.
Outstanding. My favorite episode in Reno 911 is where the lady officer pulls over. I think it's Vern, the actor that does Vern. I don't know, but pulls him over, drunk driver. Okay, I want you to, do this, follow, and I want you to walk a line. Okay, I want you to do this. And then they break into like a line dance thing, and he's doing all kinds of moves. And that's
Dexter. We have not gotten hooked on. We've heard about it, but we have not done that one. So what is your favorite TV show?
It's not even close. I mean, I go back, Young Sheldon.
We watch that a lot.
I watch that a lot. Actually, in the morning, eat dinner.
Eat dinner in the morning?
Yeah, I'll eat dinner in the morning because I didn't eat the previous night.
Because I don't feed.
And I'll watch Young Sheldon during breakfast. So I go way back with TV shows. Oh, this is a great subject. I love it. Yeah, Detective and first responder shows. I love them. That's kind of like that's you me. Too. Gilligan's Island. I don't remember Gilligan's. I used to watch Gilligan. So on the line of Gilligan's Island, I have to say two of my favorite shows go back to like when I was in my pre-teens, and that is, talking about Gilligan's Island, is Batman. I was a huge Batman fan, just absolutely huge. So school, get home, I would run to the TV because I would have like 1 minute before Batman started. And when the Green Hornet was on Batman, that was like, oh my gosh, Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney are singing together, and I'm watching both of them. So it was
the original Star Trek.
yeah.
So what is your favorite?
Adam West
Your
Best.
favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show, my second tie for number one would have to be Andy Griffith.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
I grew up on Andy Griffith and watching, Mayberry and Mayberry RFD, and so absolutely, little like they said on SNL, Saturday Night Live, little Opie Cunningham,
Mm-hmm.
Family Matters, Batman,
Good Bones is good too. Yep, Property Brothers.
Property
I don't like the
Brothers.
My Lottery Dream House that much. That one I don't get into. I like the ones that they redo everything. Love It or List It. That one I just.
Anthony,
fall in
do
love
you
with.
watch Last Man Standing now? How
That's a good
do
one.
you like the two shows compared to each other? Home Improvement, Tim Allen, and Last Man Standing.
Mm-hmm.
Good call. Full House.
Bar Rescue. We've watched that. Jordan loves that show. Crime Anything. Any of the crime shows I like.
Anime. I guess I would go back to, watching when the kids were younger. We used to watch a lot of Pokemon. Jordan is our middle son, Jordan is a huge anime fan. Absolutely huge. They are coming out, if I'm not mistaken, they're coming out with a movie or a new TV show, like a second version of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I think it's just called Bel-Air, if I'm not mistaken. Tim Allen is Tim Allen. Right on.
Dark Shadows.
Dark Shadows.
I remember that.
Oh my gosh. So when I was a kid, if I'm not mistaken, Dark Shadows, if I got home a little bit early, Dark Shadows was on. And I like Dark Shadows, but it scared me so much as like an 8 and 9-year-old that if I was like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before Batman started, I couldn't not turn on the TV because I didn't want to miss Batman. But Dark Shadows is on, and Barnabas. And so if I'm going to watch Dark Shadows, this is weird, guys. This is crazy weird. Talk about my mental issues. Dark Shadows is going to be on for 10 minutes. I would run into my bedroom and I would grab my Bible and I'd sit and watch Dark Shadows with my Bible right next to me.
Because it scares you?
Yeah, it scared me like crazy. I was a wimpy kid.
Wimpy.
Yeah.
I liked Perry Mason when I was a kid. My grandma used to sit with me and let me watch that with her late. That was good.
What is that?
Perry Mason.
Perry Mason.
I used to love that when I was little.
Okay, can you do it?
No, I can't. Who framed it? That was Christopher's movie when he was 18 months old. If we couldn't get him to settle for something or something was just not right in his little world, I put that movie on and he would just sit there. He loved Jessica. He would just sit and stare at the TV. It was Jessica. Like tranquilizer. That was for him. Bernie was Jordan's.
Oh my gosh.
Banana splits.
I used to be able to, and I can't do it now.
Don't.
I used to be able to play 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4.
Well, that's something to be proud of. And you admitted it.
No, the saying is you must be proud.
Happy Days. We used to watch that a lot.
When I was growing up, we were big, my family was big into watching Saturday nights. So it was, what was it? Carol Burnett.
Lawrence Welk.
Actually, yeah, Lawrence Welk. Then, and I would come in after Lawrence Welk if I could, but it's but it would be Carol Burnett, Mary Tyler Moore, Bob Newhart.
What was that? Beverly Hillbillies you watched. I remember you talking about that.
I used to watch Hee Haw.
Hee Haw, that's the one I was trying to think of.
Junior Samples, BR549.
Okay.
This is going on. So
nuts.
It's going over everybody's head here. So
it probably is. Now all I want to do is watch TV for the next week.
We didn't watch many scary movies. I'm still not a huge horror movie fan. Horror movies for me are something with a lot of suspense, like Alien, something like that.
Remember when we went and saw Poltergeist in the outdoor theater and we left because it scared us so bad? We left.
Did we leave?
Yes.
Oh, we did.
It was so bad.
That was a drive-in.
Uh-huh.
And I think we made it to the point where the chairs went from under the table to standing up on the table.
Done.
And it was like, I think I you turned to me and said, "Are you okay with this?" And I said, "I'm kind of a little shaky here." And she said, "Do you want to leave?" And I said, "Yeah."
We left.
I wasn't scared at all, folks.
And
I
then-
I didn't want her to be real
right.
scared.
Yeah, Mr. Macho Man. You were impressing me at that time. Then when we were first married and we were in the fish club at that point in time in life, we had a friend that thought it was really funny that had been at our house, that had keys to our home and had come in. And we came home after doing something and all the chairs were up on our kitchen table or in the dining room. Everything was up on the table and things were moved. Freaked us out so bad because we didn't know who had been in the house.
So the whole story, real quick, is that we were meeting them in Chicago.
Yeah.
We had left, but we had forgotten something, and we had to go back. We were maybe 10 minutes out, 20 minutes out, and we had 50 minutes out, and we had to go turn around and go back. And this was a fish convention down in Chicago. It had everything packed. Maybe it was it Tennessee? No, Chicago.
No, it was Chicago.
Had everything packed in the car, so we had to go all the way back home, get whatever, and we walk in the door, and we never locked our doors.
No, he had a key to the house.
Oh, he did. That's right.
We locked it, and he had the key, and we
So we
didn't
walk
realize he
in,
did it.
And in the living room, we walk into the living room, and the chair is kind of away from the wall by not much, maybe 4 or 5 inches. So it's like, do you remember the couch or chair or whatever away from the wall? No, that's not. And then we walk into the kitchen, and all the chairs are up on the table. It's like, this is freaking weird. And the door was locked.
The door was locked, and it was like a 20-minute span that we had left. He got into the house with his wife and did all this stuff to us and then left. And yeah, it was kind of freaky. And then played dumb the whole time.
That was a good friendship until he did that. And then just,
No.
I'm kind of missing this. There we go. Christopher Walken, huge fan. Communion. Can you write that one down? Communion.
Scary movies are not funny. Scary movies scare me.
Yeah.
I think somebody asked you a question about Netflix.
It's Julia saying,
Carol Burnett.
"Hey, Grandpa, what's for dinner?"
Yep. Somebody asked
Archie,
about Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. We do have Netflix.
We do. And we only have, we have Netflix, and we watch
In the Dark. Is that a series?
I don't know. In the Dark, if
Write
that's
it
coming
down.
from Angie, she's scaring me.
Write it
In
down.
the Dark.
We do
have Netflix. What have we watched recently on there?
We just
Look at this list.
We just finished season 2 of
that's right.
The Bear.
That
Anybody
was
seen
excellent.
the Bear? Anyone? The
Mhm.
Bear? Let us know in the comments. We're not going to keep you too much longer here, but because I think we were
Limited series, not for kids, Angie said. Okay.
okay, cool. That's okay. So I can't watch it. So
There you go. The Bear was really, really good.
Swimming to Sea 2012. Animated fish trying to escape the tank. Oh, very cool. That sounds interesting. Sweet Tooth, right? Sweet Tooth down too. Swimming to Sea 2012. Night Shift is good. Is that the old Night Shift, Andrew? Is that the old Night Shift? If it is, with Michael Keaton and Henry Winkler and what's her name from Cheers? I can't think of her name now. Diane. But anyways, if that's the same movie, let me know, Andrew. There's lines in there that I use still today.
DEA mentions The Bear is good. Cassandra's asking Monster Inc. Yep, we've seen that one.
Yeah.
Jaws is good. We saw that. I was dating somebody else.
New one with Jamie
when
Foxx.
Jaws came out, and the guy I was with got so scared at one point, he threw the whole bucket of popcorn backwards.
Was that me?
No, it was somebody else. That was the last date. It was a big wheel.
I love The Incredibles. I really do. I like.
He saw the new one with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Who's the fast one?
Dash
And Jack.
Jack.
Very cool. Lots of good. How many pages of notes do you
I've
have
got 2 pages of notes of TV shows and movies now that we can start in our free time start looking for.
If you haven't seen The Bear, seriously, folks, the first season is phenomenal. The second season is a build up, I think, to season 3, but it is outstanding. Oh, they're making a third Incredibles. Very cool.
Sometimes they get too many of them though, and then you'll lose it.
Coming in 2025, The Kerns, 12 Days of
was great.
Christmas.
Yep. Night Shift was good. The original.
The original Night Shift.
Mm-hmm.
So if and I'll say it to myself too, if I'm doing something around and it's like, you know what, I should do this over here. Oh my gosh, that would save me so much time. I'll literally in my mind, or if Nanette's around, I'll tell her, I'll go, I'm an idea man, Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody knows who Chuck is. It's a line from Night Shift.
No idea.
All right. We have plenty of movies to watch here, folks.
And TV shows now.
So we've got, we're going to be up until next Thursday. Meet us back here at 6:30. Thursday, we'll have a review on every single one of these shows.
Good.
And we'll tell you all about, we'll give you a rating of 1 to 10. Sandy, Deadpool 3, sounds like you would rate it about a 5. That's probably where we stand too. Okay, I'm giving too much away.
If anybody else is wanting to go see it, go see it and let us know what you thought.
I'm not a huge Marvel
a Deadpool fan.
So 1 and 2 are 10 and 11 movies in my rating. 3 and Deadpool and Wolverine. Because I didn't get a lot of the references, so probably a 5. I'm going to have to watch it again. It'll probably, after I watch it 10 more times, it'll probably jump back up to 10 like the other two. So
what time?
6:30.
Every Thursday, 6:30.
I think this is a good time. We played around with 7 o'clock before, but 6:30 seems to work out really well for us. So thank you everyone for stopping in. Fun show. I wanted to do something different. I'm going to tell you something though. I have, I don't know, probably about 6, 7, 8 shows for Thursday nights lined up, and you are not going to believe some of the guests that we're going to have. So make sure that you catch these coming up, the future live streams on the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. You're going to be so excited and so happy that you did. You'll probably want to. Good night, all.
Good night.